keep shutting off my microphone.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to get the opening to the show happening, but we're almost there. Okay. Welcome back to New Realities with Doc Wallach, and I'm joined today by Carolyn Clancy. Doc is quite an amazing individual. He actually have a big birthday coming up tomorrow, Doc, right?
Yes.
But
yeah, tomorrow I'll be 80 years and 9 months old.
Great. You're talking about time of conception. You're quite a scientist.
Yes.
He has 3 doctorates. He's been you started in animal care, right? And then you kind of went to human.
Yeah, have a degree in agriculture. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a degree in agriculture. I have a degree in veterinary medicine. I'm a pathologist and a physician, naturopathic physician.
And you've developed, I would say Doc is one of the few people who've been able to see the whole body and understand the cause of many illnesses and what to do about that. And basically you said it really comes down to getting the right minerals, right, Doc? Isn't that what?
Well, the right nutrition. There's 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and there's 2 possibilities. Number 1, you're eating foods that don't have the nutrients in them. Number 2, even if you are supplementing, you're not absorbing because you're eating gluten and your intestines are damaged. And so, and you have to appreciate the nutritional minerals, the 60 nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like gold and silver and chocolate and chocolate ice cream. So just eating well won't do it. You have to supplement.
Right. Okay, so let's go into some specific illnesses that these supplements can deal with. Carolyn, you have you have a list of questions you want to ask Doc. Let me just unmute you
Sure.
there. And I'll also jump in. But what was the first thing you wanted to ask him today? Because I thought that was very interesting. Okay.
Okay, Doc, I would like to ask you about worms in pets and goats.
Worms?
Okay.
What do we
Well,
do
worms, of course, parasites. Those are parasites. And of course,
humans as well, Doc. Why don't you throw humans in with the goats? And
yeah. Sure. Okay. Well, parasites, you can get one-cell parasites like amoebas and yeast and stuff like that. You get worms, you get tapeworms, you get roundworms, you get hookworms, you get all kinds of worms. And of course, there's herbs going back in history. There's pharmaceuticals that you give to get rid of the worms. When you get a hold of the book, Let's Play Doctor, it tells you how to look for the worms. You need access to a microscope. You take a stool sample and tells you how to prepare the stool sample. Put a sample of the material when you blend the stool sample with some liquids. You put a drop or 2 on the slide. You put the cover slip on it. Put it on the microscope, and you're looking for eggs. And of course, each egg is for each type of worm is different. And so, in the book Let's Play Doctor, it teaches you which egg equals roundworms, hookworms, tapeworms, that kind of sort of stuff. So you know what to do. And then, of course, you look in the book and it tells you what we have. Let's Play Herbal Doctor tells you what herbs to use to get rid of what worms or what amoeba and things like that. So we do have that information available to you. It used to be called the Trilogy of Books, Alan. It was Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and Passport Aromatherapy. But we added a new book to it, which just came out. It's called It's All in Your Head. And so now it's the quartet of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, Passport Aromatherapy, and It's All in Your Head. And it covers 600 different diseases, including worms. But you have to be very specific on which herb goes for which worm. And so you have to have access to a microscope.
But
and so
is there any way to prevent worms or parasites?
Good hygiene.
What does that mean, good hygiene, to you?
Okay, good hygiene to me means that you're not what should I say, taking baths with dirty people. You're washing your hands when you go to public washrooms before you go to the bathroom, and then you wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. And you're keeping your nutrition up so your own defenses are kind of repelling bugs you get, whether they're bacteria or viruses or worms that you're experiencing. But again, the books tell you what herbs, what things to use to get rid of what particular worms, parasites, one-cell parasites, wormy parasites. But you have to appreciate that you have to know which one you're looking at. So you have to do the stool sample to figure it out.
So is there any product you would recommend? You get the book, you call this number 888-275-7755. And what products, and besides,
well, that'll go, I mean, we have 5,000 products, including all these herbs and essential oils and stuff like that, many of which will kill parasites and so forth, or repel parasites, including things like fleas and ticks and things like that. And so I would just say, I'm not going to name 6,000 products. So you have to use the books as a, all together, they're kind of like the, they're kind of like textbooks for veterinary students and medical students and so forth. But it's a process. It's not a simple process when you start talking about worms and parasites and stuff like that, because maybe one herb or one aromatherapy oil will be good against that one parasite. You can have 50 other parasites and it won't affect them.
Now, I'm going to go back to that screen share. I want to ask something. Did you develop all 6,000 products for longevity? Was that all your creation?
Okay, well, the 6,000 products, I mean, for instance, our minerals, they come in from a natural source in plants. They're not ground up rocks, they're in plants. And there's 78 minerals. Okay, and we have liquids, like we have the original liquid minerals. Okay, there's 78 of the 6,000 in there, right? And we have also, we have the cherry mints, we have the strawberry kiwi minerals, because little kids don't like the taste of the plain mineral. They're sort of, I don't know, how would you describe them? They're not bitter or anything like that, but they just taste weird. But also we have caps, which I have to take with me. We call them mineral caps. One mineral cap equals the same amount of minerals as you get in 1 ounce of the liquid minerals, because I can't take quarts and quarts and the mineral things with liquid minerals with me on the airplanes and things, because of weight things. And then when they open up a sealed bottle, they never seal them properly, and they get a quart of minerals all over my clothes. So we came up with the mineral caps. Okay. And then, of course, we have every kind of mineral combination and vitamin combination you can think of. We have different packs. Our basic program, which has all 90 essential nutrients, is called the Healthy Start Pack. That's our core product. And then we have what we call secret sauces for over 600 different diseases. And it's not unusual, Alan, for somebody who's an old person. They might have diabetes, high blood pressure, thyroid problems. They're on kidney dialysis. They say they have thyroid problems. They have ringing in the ears. They have constipation, and they have arthritis, and they have bleeding problems because they can't make things like platelets to stop bleeding when they nick themselves shaving. Those are all nutritional deficiencies. Okay, so there's a secret sauce for each one of those that goes with the Healthy Start Pack.
Well,
okay.
I wanted to start with the Healthy Start Pack because you recommend that as the kind of ground way.
Yeah, that's the core.
And what basically do you have? You don't have to tell the specific, but what did you put in there to make it such an important way to start your
revival? Well, it has over 200 different nutrients in it, Alan, including all 90 essential nutrients. One dose gives you the amount for 100 pounds of body weight. Okay. And it's a mixture, depending on how you want it. It's a mixture of liquids and powders and capsules and tablets. Okay. And in some things, like our glucogel, you can get either as a liquid or capsules. Okay. And again, the minerals you can get as liquid in powders, such as the mineral caps. You can get it in a canister with a powder where you use a scoop, where you can add it to a shake. And then we have the liquids. And so, we have many different ways to accomplish it, depending on people's idiosyncrasies, their choices of how they take supplements and so forth.
I also have one more question because I want to like understand the origins of your thinking. You were a doctor, you were out in the field, you were doing autopsies, you realized it was the minerals that were lacking. How did you actually go about starting a company and formulating products that are now such a worldwide phenomena? You know, what was the origins of that?
Okay, the origins, of course, started when I was a kid. When I was 4 years old, I had all kinds of problems with anxiety and violence and depression and hyperactivity and all that kind of stuff. And over a period of 5 years, between ages of 4 and 9, my parents had taken me. Remember, we're a bunch of farmers living out in the bush, and so they took me to 20 different doctors. And the last one was a lady doctor, pediatrician, eye doctor, psychiatrist for kids. And she said her name is Mary Jane Skeffington from St. Louis. I'll never forget. Grandmother type of person. And she says, well, we're going to have to put him in an institution. So I said to my mom right there, I said, well, what does that mean? Oh, they're going to put you in a hospital. I said, well, how long am I going to be there? She says, well, maybe for the rest of your life. Well, for a 9-year-old, that didn't sound too good, right? And so when we went home that night and everybody else went to sleep, I'm there awake, fearful I'm going to be put in this hospital for the rest of my life. And so I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute. Why do I have this problem? 20 doctors couldn't figure it out. And yet all the animals, we have horses, we have cows, we have goats, we have pigs, we have chickens. None of them have my problems. We're all eating the same food. But I said, but we're giving the animals vitamins and minerals. So the next morning, I started taking the animal supplements, and in 3 days' time, I was cured after 5 years of suffering and making everybody miserable in the family and the church and every place else. I cured myself in 3 days just supplementing.
Wait, I just want to get clear. You took the animal supplements. Didn't your parents say, why are you eating animal food? I mean, that was quite a drastic move on your part. I mean, it's quite.
Yeah, well, they couldn't argue. In 3 days, I was cured. After 5 years of spending tens of thousands of dollars a year with all these doctors and everything, they couldn't help me. And I figured it out, in just one evening. It made sense to me. I said, well, we're not having these problems in animals by giving them this. I'm going to take this. And I did. And in 3 days' time, I was cured. So to make a long story short.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just curious. What was in those animal products that you weren't getting in human food?
Vitamins and minerals.
And they didn't have that in human food. That's kind of crazy.
You have to appreciate plants do not make minerals.
Mm-hmm.
Plants only require 3. All vertebrates, including humans, require 60. Nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like chocolate and chocolate ice cream. They occur in veins like gold and silver and platinum and coal and stuff like that. And so you can eat very well. People say, well, my doctor said I can get everything I need by eating well. Well, that doctor should be put in jail for life because he screws up thousands of people over his lifetime in the profession by telling people just eat well, get everything you need. That's impossible. Okay? No, you can't. And so we learned that in the animal industry. We don't have health insurance for animals. And so farmers, they say, we can't pay a veterinarian to come out here every week to take care of these animals with all these diseases. So we learned in agriculture that if you give the animals all 90 essential nutrients, they don't get the diseases.
And they don't give that to you. No one's thought about giving that to humans until you came along.
That's correct.
That's phenomenal. The other thing that you talk about, and I'll get to Carol in a second, is the reason why we're missing those minerals in our diet because of an invention of Thomas Edison, right? Tell us that.
Well, that was part of it. It was called electricity. Absolutely.
Right.
Okay. Well, you have to appreciate, when I was a little kid, we didn't have electricity until I was 9 years old.
Where were you growing up?
We lived out in the boonies. We did not have any electricity. St. Louis County.
Okay.
Out in the boonies, in central Missouri. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you have to appreciate that before electricity came along in 1882, when Grandma had cravings, there was no pretzels, there were no potato chips, there were no corn puffs, okay, for snacks. And so Grandma, when she had cravings, she would put a spoonful of wood ashes in her oatmeal for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And that would satisfy her because wood ashes are minerals, and it depended on where the trees came from that you were burning for fuel, for heat and cooking and light, whether it was in the stove or the fireplace, it depended where they came from, whether they had 3 minerals, 5 minerals, 10 minerals, 20 minerals, 30 minerals, 40 minerals, 50 minerals. And so some people, they'd get trees that grew in places that had 40 minerals. They were all very healthy. You get people who got trees that lived in places that had only 3 minerals. They weren't very healthy.
How
But
many
they're all putting
do we need?
wood
And
ashes.
oh, go ahead. How
I was
many?
saying they're all putting wood ashes in their gardens. Okay.
Right.
They're all putting wood ashes in their bread dough kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so, and of course, in animals, we put trace minerals in salt blocks. And so the animals will stand there and they'll lick the salt, but they're getting trace minerals. That's why we came up with the pink Himalayan salt, because the pink Himalayan salt has over 78 minerals in it, not just sodium chloride. It's got 78 minerals in it in addition.
Right.
Okay.
That's great. No, you're so good. Hey, Carolyn, did you have another question for Doc? Because I have 100 of them, but I didn't want to hog the whole thing. Go.
Yes, Doc, I want to know what you recommend for lung cancer.
Okay, well, any cancer, okay, cancer is a tough thing, okay? You can't guarantee anybody anything, because when you have cancer, you're headed down that road that's going to be very severe complications or even death, okay? There's no guarantee to cure any cancer, okay? But usually when people have nutritional deficiencies, their immune system is not strong in the beginning, and they're eating burnt animal fats, or eating fried foods, and this is what causes cancer, okay? But once you get cancer, it's a tough thing. And so you get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, butter, and no sugar. You take the 90 essential nutrients and you throw in things that support the immune system. Okay, you want to keep your bone marrow happy and healthy. You want to throw in the MSM to make your bone marrow happy. Makes stem cells that make antibodies. They make white blood cells, the bone marrow. But also you're looking at things like our let's see here. Oh, we have pollen burst, okay, which has all kinds of various things in there that support the immune system, including SOD. We have cell shield RTQ, which has antioxidants that support the immune system. We have Z radical. We have a zinc lozenge you can suck on and support your T lymphocytes, which is part of your immune system. And so cancer's a tough thing. We have people who've been with us and they've had cancer for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and they work at this like 10 times a day, okay? And we have people who had cancer 10 years ago and they died in 3 days after they came to us. And so cancer is one of those iffy kind of things, but you have to really change your way of life if you have cancer and you want to survive. You got to change your way of life, support your immune system, take your 90, and of course we have like 25 different products that support the immune system.
Would you say environmental toxins is one of the main cause, and poor nutrition?
I'd say a combination of both, because if you have good nutrition and you're taking your 90 essential nutrients, the odds of getting cancer is reduced significantly. But if you're eating well and not taking the 90 essential nutrients, remember, plants only need 3 elements. Plants do not make minerals, and you can eat well. Well, I'm eating what they ate in this town over there. They don't have any cancer. Yeah, but did you get your food from there? No, I got it from another place. I got it at Costco's. Well, you don't know where they got it from. Does it have 3 minerals in it? Does it have 16? You don't know. And so the only way you're going to guarantee you're going to take all 90 essential nutrients is to supplement with them. Just eating well doesn't count.
Supplement here with and would you say Longevity is probably the most qualified company to supply these essential minerals and nutrients?
Well, we're the premier company because we're the only one that provides the 90 essential nutrients. Everybody else says, we have complete nutrition. We have 27 nutrients in our multiple. Well, that's not even 30% of the 90. All
right. Well, no. So when you say essential nutrients, what do you mean by nutrient? Anything could be a nutrient. What does that mean?
Well, not really. Essential nutrients are minerals, vitamins, amino acids, fatty acids. Okay.
That's what.
And there's 90 of them that are required to fulfill your cell's desire to maintain, repair, and heal and replace themselves. No cells in the body live forever. Okay. And so, and you might get injuries from eating burnt foods or eating fried bacon and that kind of stuff, or drinking too much alcohol. You get liver cirrhosis. Okay, well, you got to get rid of the alcohol. If you got liver cirrhosis, you got to get rid of the gluten so you can maximize your absorption. You take your 90 essential nutrients, and then we have a whole list of things that make the liver happy. Okay, and so some of which doctors say are toxic. One of the things that your liver really loves is selenium. Doctors, oh, don't supplement with any selenium, it's toxic. Well, a doctor who says stuff like that should be put in jail. Selenium is an essential nutrient.
Don't you need selenium for zinc absorption?
No, you need selenium because selenium is required by biological reactions inside of every cell of your body.
How did you figure out there were 90? How did you come to that?
Well, when you do 32,000 autopsies and you have a curious mind, you learn things. And I learned that there were no, and the reason why my thesis for my 20,000 autopsies and my postdoctoral fellowship, the equivalent of a PhD, the reason why my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute, Alan, as a national treasure, because I figured out there were no genetically transmitted diseases. There's no genetically transmitted birth defects.
That's huge. That's huge.
It's huge.
That's doctors still saying that, you know.
Exactly. Well, doctors say a lot of things that are not true.
That's right. That's right. So your thesis was, if it was in the Smithsonian, why isn't it taught in medical schools then? Because
doctors can't make a living selling drugs if they use my information.
Wow. So
you have to appreciate there's only one class of pharmaceuticals that actually cure anything, and that's antibiotics will kill, not viruses, will kill bacteria. Antibiotics will kill bacteria. All other pharmaceuticals treat symptoms. Oh, I had pain for 20 years. My doctor gave me a pain reliever. In 30 minutes, my pain was gone. I just loved my doctor. And then 2 years later, you got to get a double knee replacement because the disease kept getting worse and worse and worse. And now he gets $50,000 for each knee. And you don't care because he gave you 2 years of pain relief.
But isn't that a crime that doctors will rather give you medicine than healthy nutrition?
Well, there is no such thing as healthy nutrition without supplementation.
Right. I mean, healthy.
Pushing healthy eating. That is criminal because it sets everybody up for getting diseases from nutritional deficiencies. And they say, eat well, but you got this disease here, and I'm going to schedule you for a double knee replacement. I'm going to schedule you for a liver transplant. I'm going to take your thyroid out and put you on thyroid medication because you need, thyroid hormones after I take your thyroid out. I'm going to put you in my nursing home, which I own, at $25,000 a month because you have Alzheimer's disease, which I created because I told you not to eat cholesterol. Cholesterol does not cause plaque in your arteries. Cholesterol does not cause heart disease. Cholesterol is your best friend. Cholesterol deficiency causes Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease did not occur until doctors started telling people to get off of cholesterol. And you have to appreciate there's 8 different dementias, but doctors call all 8 of those different dementias Alzheimer's disease because the insurance company pays the most for treating Alzheimer's disease. So they never mention the other 7.
What's a good cholesterol builder? What foods or supplements will you take? Eggs.
I ate 9 eggs a day, 3 for breakfast, 3 for lunch, 3 for dinner. Oh, you got to have soft runny yolks, soft scrambled in butter. You can't eat scrambled eggs outside in restaurants because they put flour in it. Okay, they put wheat in it, and so you can make them at home with butter. You can have soft boiled eggs with soft yolks. You can have soft you can have soft poached eggs with soft yolks. You want that cholesterol to keep your brain right. Oh, I'll tell you a secret. Don't tell anybody, Alan.
I won't.
Is that 95% of testosterone by weight is cholesterol. You get on statin drugs to lower your cholesterol, there ain't nobody home anymore. And then the doctor is going to put you, he's going to put you on his drugs.
That is awful. Doctors, I wish you could go into medical schools and change that around.
Well, the whole medical system is designed to milk the insurance companies. That's why in the animal industry, we went to nutrition because there are no insurance companies. There's life insurance for expensive racehorses, but there's no health insurance for your dog so that it'll pay for all the veterinary care. No. So that's why, that's why we went to nutritional supplements for animals in their little alfalfa pellets. That's why you have a pet rat for 20 years and he never gets any diseases, because he's got all 90 essential nutrients in little alfalfa pellets.
Amazing. That's what cured you too.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Yes. Alfalfa. Carolyn, go ahead, and we have another question coming online. So go ahead. Ask another question, Carolyn, and I got more too. And Doc doesn't have all day. He does about 50 calls a week like this. But go ahead.
Okay, Dr. Wallach, I'd like to hear about recommendations to reverse blindness and retina issues.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a great story. It's a true story. This goes back about, 12, 15 years ago. I was giving a lecture in Salt Lake City, Utah. And the first question after my lecture, I was asked for questions. And the first question was, my mom, this guy about 30 years old, in the audience, says, my mom has been legally blind for 6 or 8 years. She has macular degeneration, and they say there's nothing can be done for her. Anything you do? I say, yeah, I can reverse that. Guy jumps up in the back of the room, says, Wallach, you're a GD liar. I said, what do you mean? He says, I'm an eye doctor. I'm an eye surgeon. And there's no such thing as being able to get rid of macular degeneration, especially when you've been legally blind 6 or 8 years. I said, well, let's have a little wager here. Give me 12 of your patients that you have diagnosed with. I don't want any equivocation on diagnosis. You pick 12 of your patients you diagnosed. They're legally blind 6, 8 years. And if I could get half of them to read 20/20 in 90 days, would you apologize in public, make me a CD apologizing so I can pass it around? Would you buy me a steak dinner at Ruth Chris's Steakhouse and give me a very expensive bottle of imported red wine? He says, you're on. Well, I said, well, wait a minute. Why don't we go for more here? He says, well, I've got 27 people in that category. Well, bring them all on. So the next day he brings me the charts to these 27 people. I create a system for them and and I talked to each one of them and got them going on the program. And in 90 days of the 27, 25 could read 20/20. It took 2 more weeks for the other 2 to read 20/20, and he paid off.
What did you do? The question is, what did you do for them?
Got them off all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens. Got them on the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Okay, yeah. 1 per 100 pounds of body weight, which is our big hammer in the toolbox. We created a couple of products specifically for that project. One was called Vision FX and the other one is called Occutive. They got 3 of those twice a day of each one.
Okay, what was the big hammer in the big hammer was called?
Healthy Brain and Heart Pack.
Okay.
The big hammer in the toolbox. Not just the Healthy Start Pack, okay, which is kind of the Volkswagen of the program, right?
Right.
When somebody's been blind 6 or 8, 10 years, you're gonna go with the big hammer. You're not gonna give them the little starter thing. You're gonna give a 12-year-old.
The Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Can you tell us without giving away any
There's
secrets?
220 nutrients in it. You got to read the label. I'm not going to tell you what's in there. It's on the label. 220 ingredients.
Related to that question, Kirsten online says she's told she has cataracts and she doesn't want to have surgery. What do you recommend?
Okay, well, cataracts are a different story, but I would do the same thing. Sometimes cataracts will improve. There's a point at which they won't. Okay, cataracts are a oxidation of your lenses, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. If you catch them early, they're reversible. If you catch them, say, a couple of years into it, you might stop it there and they won't advance. And so you need special glasses to maximize your vision. I didn't say complete perfection, but maximize your vision. But if you wait until you've had cataracts for 20 years, the odds are you're not going to get much help.
Wait, so
especially since you haven't changed, you haven't changed your diet.
Well, which product do you recommend that will stop it if it's in an early stage?
In the earliest of stages, okay? I can't say it'll stop it. I have to say it may stop it in early stages, because an early stage to me is different than an early stage from somebody else, right? So I can't guarantee any results when it comes to cataracts.
Okay, but what product would you?
The biggest hammer in the toolbox: the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, the Occutive, and the Vision FX, but I would also throw in for cataracts what we call BTT 2.0 tablets. I'd have them take 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. They're the heaviest hammer we have when it comes to antioxidants, anti-damage results here. Okay, and I would take 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight, and give it 90 days. If you're not seeing results in 90 days, you're not going to see results.
Okay, what do you call the BTUs? Is that
no BTT 2.0?
BTT 2.0? Okay.
Yeah, tablets. Now they do not replace the powder. The powder is in the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack as vitamins and minerals. The BTT 2.0 powder is the biggest hammer we have in our toolbox for antioxidants to relieve inflammation and also help heal oxidative damage. Eating a lot of fried foods and drinking too much alcohol and all that kind of stuff. It's 2 different things. BTT 2.0 in the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, okay, is it's got like 200 nutrients in it, okay. But BTT 2.0 tablets is an antioxidant. It's the most powerful antioxidant we have in our toolbox.
And why are antioxidants so important?
Well, so many things damage you. Everything from fibromyalgia, osteoporosis, arthritis, things going on in your brain, things going on in your heart. For instance, congestive heart failure is a deficiency of a single vitamin, but it allows you to get oxidative damage. So are you just going to take that one vitamin? No. You take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, you throw in the de-stress capsules, which has a lot of that one vitamin in it. Then I would throw the BTT 2.0 tablets in there. They got to change their diet. They got to get rid of all the bad stuff, maximize absorption, get rid of the oxidative damage. Okay, same thing with the plaque in your arteries. Cholesterol has nothing to do with plaque in your arteries, but you got to change your diet. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, or oats. And then you take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. You take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 3 of those twice a day. And if you do everything correctly, your body will heal itself and the plaque in the arteries go away. Alan, I take people who have not peed in 10 years. They're on dialysis 6 days a week for 10 years. They've been on dialysis for 25 years. And that's because they're eating fried foods and not taking any supplements, this and the other. They got plaque in their arteries, not from cholesterol, but from the fried foods. So we change their diet. We get them on the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, 1 per 100 pounds of body weight. We get them on the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 3 twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. And in 10 days' time, they're off of dialysis because they're peeing.
Wow. Well,
after 25 years.
You're a miracle worker in a sense, Doc. You know that, right?
Well, I'm just using God's stuff. I give the good Lord all the credit. And but it's a matter, and you asked the ultimate question when we first started, why did I get going to start Youngevity? Well, because, even with help like yourself, we're going to be talking to lots of people today, and you're going to post this. And so there'll be people jumping on tomorrow and the next day and so forth.
Yes.
Even with that, we're not going to scrape or touch the population of the world. So I needed an army of people who would give the same answer to the same question. So I came up with my books. I got 15 books, including the quartet of books now. Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, Passport Aromatherapy, and it's all in your head. Okay? And so we have an army of people, Alan, who will give the same answer to the same question. Right. And that's why I started Youngevity, because I couldn't be everywhere doing everything. And so I had to create an army that would do it.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Carolyn, do you have a question? Carolyn, you have some great testimonies about people you've turned around with some of these Youngevity products. Do you want to just relay one of those?
Sure. There's a gentleman who called me, and he works with people half his age. And he was having severe bone and joint issues, knee pains. He also was having dental problems. And when he got on the bone and joint pack and the muscadine toothpaste, verified by his dentist, after taking those and using it, he called me back, and his dentist said, your gums have improved. I don't know what you're doing. And he worked on the highways, so he couldn't jump from that divider thing that's a few feet off the ground. After about a month, he could jump off of that, and his knees were not talking to him. He was pain free, and he has some great results, and also avoided the knee surgery that someone else recommended that he get.
Right.
So no, he didn't need the dental work. He did not need the bone and
Okay,
joint.
well, here's the question, Carolyn.
Yeah.
Here's the question. Here's the question. And the dentist was typical of the human medical profession. He didn't say, okay, sit me down, tell me what you're doing, because I have other people who have your problem. I'm going to try what you did on them. The dentist never said that.
Right.
And so they should all go to jail.
Yeah, they're doing harm. I thought that Hippocratic Oath said, do no harm.
Yeah, and so they should, when somebody gets off of dialysis after 10 years of not urinating, okay, after 10 years of not urinating, in just a couple of weeks are urinating, and they don't say, well, we need to know what you're doing here. Let's, get the guy who told you what to do. Let's go to the medical school and get everybody on. No, they don't. They never do that because they got kids to put through college. They have to put kids through college, and so they want to milk your insurance company.
And in addition, he used the MSM Ultra, the D3, and if he needed it, he used the CM cream on occasion. But anyway, I love
Did
when
he take the Rebound Sports Drink?
Not yet.
It has 100 nutrients in it. Gatorade has just a couple. Red Bull has a couple. They're primarily sugar and caffeine. They're really energy drinks. Ours is the only sports drink that has 100 nutrients in it, which includes 78 minerals. And we formulated that so that these young kids that drink it won't die of these heart attacks that these young athletes die from.
Okay, that's okay. I have a question from an online listener. He says, please ask about skin repair for loose skin damage, skin and all that.
Okay, well, loose skin and wrinkles. Okay, I'm 80 years old. Most people think I'm 50 because I don't have wrinkles. I have very nice skin for an 80-year-old guy.
Definitely
No
do.
surgery. No surgery. Okay. And so basically, your skin requires 90 essential nutrients. And usually people that have a lot of wrinkles also have other issues. They have tendonitis, and they have arthritis. They may even have white, gray, and silver hair because the same deficiency that causes white, gray, and silver hair also causes a breakdown of the elastic fibers in your skin. Even more importantly, the breakdown of the elastic fibers in your veins, you get varicose veins. Even more importantly, it gets a breakdown of the elastic fibers in your arteries, and you get aneurysms. Okay.
The other thing is the skin is because the bone density has been lost, right? So show them your bones, Doc. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. No, I've got the bones of a healthy 18-year-old. And of course, again, I get people, we put them on the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. We get them on the various other things that have extra of those nutrients that are necessary to rebuild the elastic fibers. And in, say, 3 months' time, their hair color is coming back in when they're as if they were 18 years old. Their bones are healing. Their cartilage is growing back. Their skin wrinkles go away. And people say, did you get a facelift, man? What'd you do? You look great. No, I've been taking this stuff. Well,
Wait,
tell me about it.
What's the thing for turning hair back to its normal color? What do you say?
It's the same nutrients that actually help rebuild elastic fibers in your skin and your arteries and your cartilage and so forth. It's one nutrient, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can read about it in the books, things like Rare Earths Cures and Let's Play Doctor. And the reason why I don't tell people what it is, because then they run to the grocery store and they look for that one nutrient and they take it. They get no results.
That's in the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Is that the one?
That's correct.
So
it's in there.
That's a sort of more intense product than the Healthy Start Pack. Would you take both of those?
Well, no, the Healthy Start Pack is the core of the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. It's in there.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so, but see, you have to appreciate, I learned that a long time ago. People would call me and say, well, my husband did exactly what you said and he died. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you told him to take zinc and he took it and he died. Well, did he take the whole 90? No, he just took the zinc. Okay, well, so I stopped telling people what the nutrient was for their problem you take all 90, okay?
So if you take the
Don't tell me to tell you which one it is. You read the book and you determine that, but you've already bought the 90. So at least I know you're going to get at least a month's worth of the 90.
So if you take the healthy brain and heart pack, you will get the
Yes.
essential start pack. You will get the basic starting pack in that.
That's correct.
Oh, but you'll get a lot more too.
Well, exactly.
Okay. Okay. And you would take that every single day for the rest of your life. Is that it?
I've been doing it twice a day for 71 years now, Alan.
Wow. Wow. Look, that's amazing. Okay, Carolyn, before we Doc has to go, will you have one more question? I'll see if there's any more from the chat.
You've got time for one more quick one.
Okay, one more quick one. If you
Okay,
have one.
so would you add the collagen peptides, the D3, and the skin, hair, and nails for the loose skin?
Well, if finances are not an issue, sure, you can add those things on. It's going to speed it up. Absolutely. Plus, it'll also be good for the bones and the bone marrow and other things. But again, if you start adding too many things on and the bill gets up to like $500-600 a month, they say, no, I can't afford it. Okay, so you want to give them the maximum amount of nutrition. And I say, look, you're going to save a lot of money by getting rid of the bad stuff, the fried foods, the processed meats, the oils, the glutens, wheat, butter, and oats, the sugar. You get rid of that stuff out of your life, which means a lot of, you're going to not be going to the spaghetti factory. You're not going to be going to the Waffle House. You're not going to be doing that kind of stuff anymore. So you're going to save a lot of money. Okay, so you'll be able to afford, say, $200 a month to get rid of your 9 diseases and start peeing again since you haven't peed in 10 years. They don't mind paying $200. But when you start getting $600-800, you're adding all these things on and adding them on and adding them on and adding them on. They throw up their hands. They say, sorry, I ain't gonna do it.
No, but the great thing about your company is if you really love these products, then you can be a distributor of those products and, help people out that way. And
I send you a check.
Exactly. Thank you.
And then, of course, also another thing, if you get on auto ship for your own personal products, I will pay the shipping.
Oh, really? So if they
save a lot of money.
If they call this number 888-275-7755, they can sign up to be a distributor of longevity as well.
Absolutely, correctly, absolutely. And call Carolyn, call that number that you're giving out, and they will be able to sign up as a representative, okay? Right. An associate, we call it, so it's not as intense as a distributor, so associate. And people say, well, I just got kicked out of my apartment. Okay, I'm living in my car. Okay, well, that's great. You don't need inventory. You don't need a store. You take the orders on the phone, and then you call in the orders or you email us the orders. We do the shipping. We have the inventory, and I send you a check every month in your own personal products. I'll pay the shipping if you get on auto ship.
I do have to say, some people have gotten very rich by making other people healthy here, right?
Well, we have many people, who are actually 9th grade dropouts or high school people. I have one lady, she's been with me from Grand Rapids, Michigan. She's been with me for 30 years. She has 500,000 people she's responsible for over the 30 years. And she does extremely well. Okay, she makes about $50,000 a month. Not bad for a high school graduate. But she does exactly everything I say. I mean, she never adds her own little thing. She's always said, well, this is what Dr. Wallach would say for this. Here's the book you need to have.
Just one quick question. Some people say degenerative discs in the back are irreversible. Do you say they can be reversed?
Oh, yeah, I regrow disc all the time. Of course, they want the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. You throw in the MSM, vitamin D3, the collagen peptides. If they don't have any malignancies, you can throw in the immortalium, which stimulates the stem cells to make more healthy cells. I get people who've shrunk 3 inches over the years, and they'll regrow their 3 inches and get rid of their sciatica. They'll get rid of their atrial fibrillation, which can be caused by degenerative disc disease, and the vertebrae squeeze in the nerves that control the rate and rhythm of the heart. Just remember, the doctors killed the congressman from Baltimore, Maryland. Elijah Cummings was his name. He was a congressman there for 20 years. He had atrial fibrillation, Instead of giving him my program, they cut his chest open, used a soldering iron that was heated to red hot, tried to touch his heart and do an ablation, kill the part of his heart that was racing,
Oh my
and they killed
God.
him.
Wow. That's why your book is called Dead Doctors Don't Lie.
That is correct. That's the only time a doctor won't lie is when he's dead.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Carolyn. Thanks for your time. We'll do, can we do it earlier next Wednesday? What's good for you?
Well, I get off my regular radio program an hour before we started here tonight.
Okay. Okay.
So I got regular radio until an hour before we started. So I can't go any sooner.
Can we do it at 12 p.m. your time next week?
No.
Okay.
Because that's when I start my radio, 12 to 2.
Oh, 12 to 2 your time. So, all right.
3 o'clock is as early as I can start it.
Is that good? We'll do 3 o'clock next week. Is that okay for you?
That's fine.
All right, we'll keep it at 3.
But we want to do this every other week. Let's try it every other week. Let's see how many people chime in and see how many people are, if we're only how many people are on now, Alan? How many people are on now?
I'm not sure how many people on that. Well, I can go to my statistics. We probably have about 20 some 5. Let me just look on my statistics. But people are I'm getting a lot of good feedback today.
Yeah. See, 25 is respectable, but I want 2,500 on there.
I want 2,500 on there too. So we'll do it.
Love you, brother.
We'll do it in 2 weeks, which would be June 17th.
Something like that. Yep.
All right.
Just remind me a week ahead of time.
Okay. Thanks for your time.
God bless.
Thank you, Carolyn. Any final words from you, Carolyn?
Happy birthday, Doc.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. God bless.
You're welcome.
80 years and 9 months.
All right.
Love it.
Happy birthday. This is Alan Steinfeld for New Realities, and I want to thank Doc Wallach. Big birthday for him.
Thank you, Alan. God bless you, sir.
Carolyn Clancy, and Paul Andrews, who can't make it today. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all in the chat for some great questions today. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Look for some other streams. And thanks for watching. Okay.